was a tangent. Good tangent though to think about that kind of thing. So yeah, other ways that you can minimise the costs of foraging? Hoarding food, yeah, that's a really good one. Yeah, squirrels.
Hibernation be one.
Hibernation.
Because they overeat and then
Yeah, that.
go into
Yeah.
state of sleep.
That's like instead of hoarding in like places around, you just hoard all the fat inside your own body, and then you just don't spend any energy during the winter when when food is scarce. You just sleep and don't expend energy. What other animals hoard food besides squirrels?
Some birds that do it, don't they? They make caches.
Yeah.
Mice and rats do as well sometimes too.
Yeah, heaps of birds, mice and rats. There are studies that show like birds can have, some birds can store like thousands of different seeds in thousands of different places, and studies show they remember where they put everything, like they can remember it in their heads, and they'll go back to exactly the same places and take their seeds.
Low metabolism?
Seem to know how long the worms will last.
Yeah. So it was some birds hoarding worms versus like dog food or something like that. And they can remember both what they've stored and where they've stored it. So if they remember that it was a worm that they've stored, and they're allowed to go back to it like 4 weeks later, they're gonna go for all the places where they stored dog food because they know that worms decompose. So they're not going to bother to go back to where they stored the worms, they're just going to go to where they stored the dog food. Whereas if they're allowed to go back to their hoards, like, I don't know, 3 hours later, they're going to go to where all the worms were, where they stored all the worms, because the worms are a lot better for energy, I guess. So they can remember what they've stored and where they've stored it as well, which is really cool. I can't even remember where I parked my car today. I seriously can't. I think I did it behind the library. A really good one. They are one of the only mammals that can eat eucalyptus, is that right? Because it just would send, it's like